here wanting for you to be, do, and have more of what you really want in your life. Today I'm responding to an email question I received. Question is, I am a great starter, but not such a good finisher. How do I keep from losing my footing? Great starter, not a good finisher. How do I keep from losing my footing? And I'd like to start by making a distinction between motivation versus inspiration. I see motivation as the type of thing that is pushing from the outside. It pushes you forward. And once that motivation stops, then your forward motion stops. Inspiration comes from the inside. If you're inspired, there's something in your heart, something in your soul that means something to you. It aligns with your passion. And you're inspired to keep moving forward, whether there's any external forces or influences pushing you or not. The other thing, again, motivation, inspiration, we want to couple that with determination. The idea that once you get started, you want to persist, you want to keep going and achieve something that's worthwhile to yourself. Even if it's not worthwhile to anyone else, it's worthwhile, it's meaningful to you. There's a wonderful little book called The Traveler's Gift by Andy Andrews. And in the book, the time traveler picks up 7 gifts from 7 different people in 7 different time frames in history. And the last gift he gets is to persist, to keep going no matter what, not to stop just before you would have succeeded. And so it takes a bit of discernment to figure that out. So I have 3 recommendations to give you some direction on how not to lose your footing. First one is to be clear on your purpose. Again, get an idea as to why you want to do what it is that's important for you. It could be to make money. It could be to do something good for yourself or for mankind. Whatever that would be, get clear on your purpose. The second thing is to make a plan. Even if your plan only takes you far enough to decide you really don't want to do that. Make it a conscious decision, not just, hey, I've run out of steam, I'm no longer inspired. If you make a plan, it gives you some inspiration and direction so that when times get difficult, when the challenges get difficult, you still have an idea as to where you want to go. There's a wonderful short video of Steve Jobs online where he talks about being an entrepreneur and how if you didn't love it, if you weren't passionate about it, you wouldn't put up with all the stuff that you have to do to become successful. You'd give up. He says any sane person would give up. Well, it takes people who are maybe just a little bit crazy to see the vision, to find something that hasn't been done, to say something that's not been said, to do something, create something that's not been done before that's worthwhile, that's meaningful. So again, make a plan. Get some advice from people maybe who have been there, who said, well, I failed, but I wish you well if you really want to pursue that. And then see how you're different. See how you can make that happen in a different way. The third thing is to make it part of who you really are. Who you really are. There was a time in my life when I had a great job. I had what I wanted. I had how I wanted it. Great job. You know, nights, weekends, holidays off, security, benefits, all that. But who I was dying. It was drying up inside. And a lot of people don't understand that. You can have a great job, but it can just be killing you inside. Sometimes you have to step out and live the adventure. Try not to be foolish when you do it, but you know, this is something that's inside you, that's a passion, that's inspiring to you. Make it part of who you are. Make it life-giving. Find something that feeds your soul and gives you life and gives you excitement. Get you out of bed every morning with the idea that today I'm going to do this thing and I'm going to persist and I've got a plan and I'm going to see how far I can carry this before it either is successful or before I make a conscious decision that I've gotten everything I need to get out of this and I just need to lay it down. Again, this is Coach Mack, wishing and wanting and desiring for you to be, do, and have more of what you really want in your life.
People say you have to have a lot of passion for what you're doing, and it's totally true. And the reason is because it's so hard that if you don't, any rational person would give up. It's really hard. And you have to do it over a sustained period of time. So if you don't love it, if you're not having fun doing it and you don't really love it, you're going to give up. And that's what happens to most people, actually. If you really look at the ones that ended up being successful, unquote, in the eyes of society and the ones that didn't, oftentimes it's the ones that are successful loved what they did so they could persevere when it got really tough. And the ones that didn't love it quit because they're sane, right? Who would want to put up with this stuff if you don't love it? So it's a lot of hard work, and it's a lot of worrying constantly. And if you don't love it, you're going to fail. So you got to love it. You got to have passion.